Is this really happening? Am I actually recording another episode of the playthrough? Hello everyone, and welcome back to it's been a minute, but we're back with another episode of the FusionFall retro playthrough. If you guys didn't watch my newest video I uploaded on the new year, the Hello 2019 video, I explain a little bit as to why I haven't uploaded this in a while. But we're back now, so go watch that if you want the particular reason. And I wanted to get this one out quickly because the Christmas event is only going to last for a couple more days or a week or something. So I wanted to make sure I uploaded this and recorded it and not miss it, because I think that would be very unfortunate if we missed all this Christmas festivity on the channel. I know Christmas is a bit old now; it's been a couple of weeks, but I figured this would be better now than later. If anyone was watching this in the future time. So what we're going to do this episode specifically is we're going to go through all of the Knishmas missions, because I helped write the dialogue for these, and I'm very proud of some of the dialogue I wrote, and I also will go through some trivia and maybe some behind the scenes look at how we got all of the Christmas stuff. But let's take a look at what was actually in the Christmas event. I know, like, the elephant in the room obviously is that we weren't wearing this earlier. We also have a couple pumpkin crates still in our inventory. We got the web head. Woo! I like that. I might as well just open some of these crates that I haven't had lying around. But we had a holosuit on, which was our skeleton suit, and that's changed now to the festive attire. I know the big head thing didn't change, and that's what the holosuit looks like now in this update. Also, you can buy some Knishmas presents. We have nowhere close.
We've got plenty of options too, including Knishmas presents and luxury super fast vehicles. Please buy something.
I wanted to let that play just because it's pretty cool. These are actually fully voiced. The Sauron is voiced, as well as the Puckerberry that we'll talk to later. He's actually voiced by... this is a little bit of an editor's note, because I mixed up who voiced who in when I was recording this the first time. So Sauron is voiced by Wile E. Coyote, who was the person who did the FusionFall Retro's trailer for the original trailer and as well as the Halloween trailer. Whereas the Puckerberry that we're going to meet later is voiced by Adam Bernardo. So I mixed them up the first time, so I'm editing it later to make sure I get the info correct. Thank you. But they are both voiced fully, which is pretty awesome. So you can buy Christmas presents from them. We can't afford them right now. Also, what we got Schnitzel here. We'll get into Schnitzel, what he does later. I know you saw that warp command. There's just a now station, some other bank stuff. And I guess the big main event... Actually, wait, hold on. Before we get to Chowder, there's a bank here, which I will be utilizing right now, because I want to drop the web head in here. I want to drop our black scabbard set, and I'm going to drop our Halloween items as well. This is what the holosuit head looks like, but we're not going to be wearing it. We're also probably going to be changing out of the holosuit, but I'm going to throw all this stuff in here real quick, just so we have it in safekeeping. We have room. You guys, I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you saw it by now, but this little guy over here, this is this is actually supposed to be Ice Bear from We Bare Bears. If you hang around him for long enough, he'll say, like, Ice Bear will remember this and stuff like that, which is pretty funny. Can't do anything, isn't part of any missions, but it's pretty cool. But the main event, obviously, the main part of this is going to be Chowder and Kimchi up here. I don't believe you can talk to Kimchi specifically, but you can talk to Chowder, and he has a bunch of missions for you. So we're gonna run through all of them right now. Keep in mind, we do have to go, like, to some pretty faraway places we haven't been to yet, including, like, some of the deep wilds and the Darklands. So I'm going to be cutting a lot in this video just to save you guys, like, a bunch of travel time, because we haven't been to the Darklands, so we'd have to walk all the way there, and that would be so boring. So I'm just going to cut to some of the places. But, like, for the first one, which is in, like, Sector V, we can just walk there pretty easily, and I can talk a little bit about the thing while we do it. But let's jump into the event. As you can see, I don't know if the resolution's a bit weird. I did get a new monitor, which is like a lot more. It's a bigger resolution. I think it's like 2240 by something, whatever. So if the resolution looked cool or better or worse, let me know. I'm not sure how the video is going to turn out with the new resolution. Anyway, Knishmas Capers, part 1 of 8. I already can tell, like, this background is a bit weird on this resolution. This wasn't like that earlier, but I guess we'll just have to roll with it, because I'm not sure to fix that without lowering my resolution. Help! Someone stole all the Knishmas presents I made for my friends. Without those, Knishmas is ruined. Hey, could you see if you can find some of my missing presents? I think I saw one of the thieves make their way over to Sector V. Well, we can very much try that. We get a chef's hat for completing this. You're the best! The first present should be somewhere in Sector V, but I'm not sure where. So while I'm going to walk over to Sector V so I can talk a little bit more about this event. Normally I'll be cutting. But if you guys can hear the music in the background, this is Panman's work, similar to the Halloween music. I personally like this one a lot more than the Halloween one. Not to say the Halloween one was bad by any means, but like, I've always been more of a Christmas guy personally. I don't know how if you guys fared the same. But I've personally always had more of an affinity towards Christmas, so I think the Christmas song that Panman did is personally better in my opinion. I just like the jolliness of it, and I like how it ends on that one simple. I know the Halloween one ended on kind of a similar note where it ends on like this one little chorus note where everyone goes "oh" at once. It's just pretty cool, in my opinion. And also the snow. That was pretty. I probably should have mentioned that first, because it's like the first thing you could see. There's snow all over the world now. It's not cold enough for the snow to like stick to the ground, because it's just snowing randomly. But like, it is snowing, and I think it looks really cool, personally. So we're going to make our way to Sector V. Actually, first things first, we should probably make the thing active. So the cool thing about these missions is that you have to find the puckerberry that stole. I guess I should have spoiled it. Spoiler alert! You probably have all done this mission by now, but it's a puckerberry that did the that stole the things, and there's no marker towards them. These are, some might even say, detective missions, where you have to find out where the puckerberry is. I know where they all are, so I'm going to, because I was the one who like helped make them, but like, it is pretty cool if you just have to like search around Sector V to explore an area, some areas that you maybe not have explored as thoroughly as you'd like to. I know Sector V is one that a lot of people have explored pretty well. If you can't tell where I'm going with this, this puckerberry is in the training area. He's over in the corner-ish, so we're going to make our way over there. And our goal with this episode is to get all 8 of them done. It should be pretty simple to do, which is all the cutting of me getting around. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a hoppy skippy jump up here. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to go, but it certainly is. And as you can see, Puckerberry's down there with his dog. Funny thing about the dog, he's part of the, like, the Puckerberry always has the dog with him in different spots. The dog is based on Max from The Grinch. As you see, like, there's a green guy who hates Christmas and his dog. It's a reference to The Grinch. There's also an egg in here. I'm gonna go grab that real quick before we talk to him. Let's see what we get. Oh, hoo! Hey, we got the delightful football helmet. I'm gonna wear that. I like that. Alright, so we're gonna talk to Puckerberry guy.
What do you want?
They are fully voiced. New, unique voice lines for all these guys. He says, "What? How'd you find me? Yes, I stole this Knishmas present. We Puckerberries can't stand this disgustingly sweet holiday. Fine, I'll give it back."
Wait, I didn't get a chance to inspect your taste buds.
You found the meveled eggnog. Blossom will be so happy when you give it to her. So now we gotta go deliver this to Blossom. So, I bet you can really smell the meveled eggs in that nog. I wish I had some of my very own. This is similar to, I think, the first day of Knishmas from the original game. You had to give meveled eggnog to Blossom. But we're gonna shoot on up here, give it to Blossom. But yeah, that is pretty much the premise of the holiday event, is that the Chowder has all these presents for his friends, or I guess as we'll see, not quite, but the Puckerberries think Knishmas is a very, very sweet holiday, and they don't like it very much, so what they're going to do is take all the presents away. And they steal all the presents from Chowder, so you have to go track them down. Let's give this to Blossom. She actually did a mission for us, also. I'll save that for another part. But Chowder says, "Thanks so much for helping me find Blossom's gift. That Puckerberry only had one of the presents that got taken, though. Maybe you could help me find the other 7 presents that went missing." So there's 7 more presents we have to find. Blossom says, ew, this smells awful. What in the world is this? Who is Chowder exactly? I appreciate the gift, and I suppose it's all in the spirit of the season, but I can't say I've ever heard of Knishmas before. It's a thought that counts, though. Happy Knishmas, I guess. So Chowder, after every mission, he says the same thing. He says, "You did the thing. There's still more presents to find, so come back to see me at the gazebo and Pokios when you get the chance." So I'm gonna run back. I'm not gonna cut for this one specifically, so I can talk a bit more about the line. So basically, as you can see by Blossom's line, she doesn't know who Chowder is. She also doesn't know what Knishmas is. That's gonna be a pretty common theme with all of the presents that Chowder's like. Chowder gets all these gifts for his friends, and it turns out that none of them know who he is because he's new. He's like isn't in the game other than this event, so he's like new to the area. So no one knows who Chowder is. Marzipan's like a faraway land, as we'll see in a couple other parts. So they don't necessarily know what Marzipan is or what Knishmas is, which I thought was pretty funny, and there's a pretty cool twist on it at the end that we wrote in. But yeah, I just thought that was funny how like Chowder's all happy that he got presents for his friends, and it turns out that that's not exactly how it goes. Not to say that anyone's ungrateful, as you can see, Blossom was very grateful for her gift, but she just doesn't know who Blossom, or who of course she knows who Blossom is. That's her. But she doesn't know who Chowder is. Anyway, let's Chowder's almost there. I should definitely get a vehicle. We don't have enough money for any of the super fast vehicles. Hopefully by like doing a couple missions we'll accumulate enough gold to get that. Also, we have the chef's hat now. I like the delightful football helmet, so I'm not going to put it on. We also have... We actually, I think, might have enough for a vehicle now. We're finishing that mission. I can't remember if they're 20,000 or 25,000. I know I just looked at them, so if you were like watching the video, you could probably tell me, but I don't remember off the top of my head. We can check. I know Knishmas present, I think, is 25,000, but I'm not sure how much the vehicles are. The vehicles actually might be even more expensive. They might be like 100-something thousand. In which case, we would be nowhere close to being able to get one of those. But I also didn't mention the retexture of the gazebo park. It's like a gingerbread. It's a schmingerbread house, actually. We didn't put the schmingerbread house from the original game, and we instead converted the gazebo into a schmingerbread house, which I thought was pretty cool. Let's check. No, they are 100,000. Okay, we don't have enough money for that. Hey, I think I know where another one of the missing presents is. After all, Mung always says a good chef can track down their own cooking anywhere within a 5-mile radius. I'm positive that it's outside that really scary graveyard. You can handle that, right? That we can, Chowder. That we can. I'd start by looking on the rooftops. That's where I would hide if I was a present-stealing meanie. Alright, so since Eternal Vistas is kind of like a walk, I'm going to cut the video, and I will see you guys when we make it to Eternal Vistas. Alright, we've made it to Eternal Vistas, so what we're going to do is Chowder mentioned the rooftops in that message. I believe he also mentions it in the journal. He says, I'll start by looking on the rooftops. That's where I would hide. Yeah, he says that as well. So, we're going to check the rooftops. The easiest way to check the rooftops is to run over to the infected, or not the infected zone, the resurrectum. I don't know how I got those confused. They're like the opposite. But hop over to, I think there was also a thing over here we could have jumped on, but jump on this jump pad that I'm shooting at right now. And you can go onto the slider rail, and then you have a pretty easy time of... actually, probably this one's going to be easier, just because I know where the present is, so I know it's on this side of the street. But, avoid these jack-o'-lanterns if you can, or joko-lanterns, my bad. And just hop up on this slider rail, and just check all these rooftops. He's not on this one, he's not on that one, as we can see. We just gotta check to make sure we're at the right one. I don't think he's on that one. Is he on this one? Oh, I see him loaded in. There he is. So the present thief is gonna be on like this farthest big building over here, so you can just hop off onto the roof. He's got the dog still. He says, "You again? Listen. I stole this plate of spaghetti and meatballs too. Just take it and get lost." Was it the same guy? That's really weird. Anyway, deliver this to Dracula. Ooh, Dracula. I thought he left after the Halloween update. I'm gonna hop on the rooftop just because it's fun. But yeah, that is the exact same puckerberry as the one that was in the trading area, which is why Chowder's like, that's really weird. So that one puckerberry is stealing all these presents, at least so far that we know of. I don't think we're gonna make this jump. No, we're definitely not. Okay, so Dracula is found at the Home of the Ancients, retirement home, which is kind of like where Fusion Eddie's lair is. If you guys have, we did that mission, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, we definitely did. But it's gonna be over in this corner, kind of. You can see like the sign back there. It's kind of where Fusion Eddie's lair is. We have Dracula there, which I'll show you. Let's. Is this a good way to cut through? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'll probably take out this jack-o'-lantern. A little bit of combat in the mission never hurt anyone. There we go. Yep, you can see Dracula jamming outside. He's boogieing out here. He's some cool Barker text that I don't think we'll be able to see, but he says something about how he hates being in the cold. You just quit staring at him. All Dracula want this year is for you to get away from him, in pure Dracula fashion. Chowder says, thank you so much for finding the Piscetti and Sniffle Balls. Nothing says it's Knishmas like Piscetti and Sniffle Balls. Except maybe Schmidgerbed. Or maybe Thistletoe. Or maybe there's lots of other things that say Knishmas, but they're not as tasty as Monk's Piscetti and Sniffle Balls. Monk's Piscetti is really hard to say. Dracula says, you trying to kill Dracula? Just because the name of the foods are made up don't mean Dracula is a dummy. Everyone knows Chowder contains garlic. Dracula will take it off your hands, but only if you get off his back. And then Chowder says the same message. Tell him to come back to the gazebo because he has more missions for you. We only did 2 parts of the thing. But yeah, that was a little funny line about how Chowder contains garlic and Dracula's only. We actually leveled up during that, which is funny. We got the Him Nano mission. So I guess we'll do that in a future part. But there's also a good way to increase your fusion matter if you're stuck on like level 29 or 25 or 31 or something like that. It gives you a pretty ample amount of fusion matter, which can help you out in a pinch. Anyway, we're going to I'm gonna cut the video right now, and we're gonna be back in the gazebo park. So I will see you when I get there. All right, we are back in the gazebo park. We've given presents to Blossom and Dracula. Who is next on the list? Thank goodness you're here. I got word that our Puckerberry friend is hiding out downtown. You should check out Townsville Park. Chowder says that park downtown has this weird fish in the middle of it, so be careful. Alright, so Townsville Park, we haven't even been to Townsville Park yet. That's an even farther walk, so I'm going to cut the video again, and I'll see you guys when we get to Townsville Park. Had a little bit of a fight, but I want to stop here because this is another thing that is in the thing. We can't fight this thing at all, I don't think. I think this is way too powerful for us, but these Ice Titans are roaming bosses that are now roaming around the world. We don't have a heal, so this is definitely a dangerous fight that we should not take part in. He's level 15 too, which is definitely a bit out of our reach. I mean, we should just try it for the video, right? Nothing wrong with trying it for the video. We don't have an Adaptium Nano either. We should probably have stocked up on nanos, but I honestly didn't even know he would be spawning here. But these Ice Titans are roaming around the world. They give you some cool... Oh, I don't want to fight you. I want to fight the Ice Titan. Oh, he kind of stutter-stepped a little bit. Anyway, we'll wait for our health to regen a little bit, and we'll try to, like, fight this guy. I highly doubt we could kill him, especially without a heal nano. But we can certainly try our best. So let's get in there and try it. Yeah, we're not gonna... Oh my... You see the damage we're doing to him? That's... Yeah, okay, let's... I'm not even gonna try. We're gonna run away. But yeah, if you guys were down to get some cool exclusive armor sets, I would definitely recommend fighting those Ice Titans. Because they're pretty cool. They can be found in certain places around the world. Are these still attacking me? Oh no, you are. Okay. So we're going to do some parkour. This is around the back end of Townsville Park. We were just... If you guys played the Academy update, this is where Rex and Bobo were. In Townsville Park. So we want to get to Puckerberry. He is found on one of these floating islands. I believe it is that one over there. But I just wanted to run back there and see if I could find the Ice Titan, and I could. So, I'm not sure exactly where all the Ice Titan spawn locations are. I wasn't the one who did those, but that is certainly one of them if you were down to go find some Ice Titans. And it doesn't seem like there's too many people hunting them anymore, since most people wanted it, seem to have gotten the loot already for it. So, should be up here on this. Yep, you can see him right here. So, Max the dog is chilling inside here, and he's looking through the window. Kind of have to jump to get out of here. Let's see what he got. Are you again? Seriously? Can I just ruin the joy of this wretched holiday without anyone getting on my back? Take this horrible blue nana bread and don't come looking for me again. So, this is the same guy again, 3 times in a row. We're starting to sense a little bit of a pattern here, if you can see. We got blue nana bread we can take back to Scotsman. Scotsman says, "Oi! There's a weird worm creature down here in the park. Come quickly!" And then Max will then say my favorite line in the entire update. "That's Knish Kringle, Scotsman. There isn't a single Marzipanian that doesn't know Knish Kringle. He's a real icon of the season. Marzipan is such a rich and diverse culture. You should try their cuisine sometime." So, that is a little bit of an Easter egg. If you guys are fans of Super Smash Bros., Grandpa Max is voiced by the same guy who voices the Colonel. So if you guys remember in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I guess this is also in Ultimate, if you do the super secret Easter egg Snake Codec call for Mario, the Colonel will say,
"There's probably not a single person who doesn't know Mario. He's that famous."
Which is kind of referenced here, where he says there isn't a single Marzipanian who doesn't know Knish Kringle. Kind of that same Colonel voice. What this line was originally supposed to be, but we changed it in order to make it not seem like a direct copy, is we were going to then copy, or not I guess we were supposed to copy, at least I wrote it down, where it was going to be copying basically the entire conversation that that Snake and the Colonel have in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where I believe Colonel goes, that's Mario. There isn't a single person who doesn't know Mario. He's that famous. And then Scotsman would come in and say Snake's line, where he goes, "Good thing I survived long enough to meet him on the field of battle, huh?" And then, I do a really bad David Hayter Snake. Don't judge me for it. But then, I think Max would then come in and say, something, show him what you're made of. And oh no, he would say, "This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, Scotsman. Go in there and show him what you're made of." And then Scotsman would say, "Got it." And it would be basically like a giant copy of the the codec call. But let's finish this mission. Talk to Scotsman. "Thank you so much for helping me find these presents. You're the best." "This weird creature slid out of the bushes and started spilling his lunch all over the place. But it wasn't lunch. It was presents. I may not know who this Chowder lad is, but I do not want anything to do with this crazy holiday. Thanks for the bread, though, friend." So, he mentioned Knish Kringle right there. If you guys didn't watch, like, the Chowder stuff, Knish Kringle's like this slithery guy who kind of throws up presents for the holidays. It's kind of creepy, kind of weird, but it's also very in style with Chowder. So, I'm gonna cut back to Pokeokes, and I'll see you when we get the next mission for Chowder. Alright, so we are back, and we have our 4th mission that we're going to be getting from Chowder. He says, "We got another present that needs finding. I had a box of prune rangoons that got stolen along with all the other gifts. Maybe you should check downtown again." Okay, and then he doesn't give a thing, but he says, "Search for the present thief in Marquee Row," which is like the thing, so that's how you know to go check. And he says, "The present thief couldn't have gone far. I would check Marquee Row, but watch out for that punk girl and her boyfriend. Yuck, it's probably just the Puckerberry guy again." So you think, Chowder. So I'll cut, and I'll see you guys when we get to Marquee Row. Alright, we are in Marquee Row now. And it's pretty... When you walk down here, there's not too much to see in Marquee Row, except this is like a pretty big attraction. You can see the Puckerberry here. But he doesn't have a little question mark above his head. But he's waiting in line for the movie. So if you talk to him, he says, What do you want? Can't a Puckerberry and his dog watch a movie in peace? If you're looking for stolen presents, I'm not your guy." So he actually didn't steal this present this time. So the only way to... Also, I don't know if you heard it, but his voice line for saying goodbye was, "My disappointment is immeasurable." The original line for that, of course, if you guys watch a review, brah, was, "My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined." But we figured that would be a bit too on the nose if we took that one, so we cut it in half. But the clue that Chowder gave us said, "Watch out for the punk guy and his girlfriend." So if we go check up on Ace... He actually has the question mark, so it was Ace who stole the present. Hey, I stole this Knishmas fair and square, you know, like a crime. Something tells me you're going to take no for an answer, so I'll save both the trouble and give him back. See, I'm a nice guy. And then Buttercup back here says, "Ace did what? I'm going to pummel him. You should get out of here before things get ugly." And then he says, you got it. You bring that to Grim and Orca Bay. So Grim's not too far, so I'll just walk over there while we talk about it. I had to read that really fast because they kind of disappear quickly, and I wanted to make sure I got all the dialogue. I read all the dialogue. So another fun reference in that was that Ace said, "Yeah, I stole the present, you know, like a crime." And if you are a fan of John Mulaney's stand-up, you know that in his what story was that? I think it was like the Xanax story. That is a line that he uses in that bit where he says, you know, I was lying for drugs, you know, like a crime. We're all big John Mulaney fans here on the dev team, so we put a little reference to him in that. And then obviously Belladonna, which is a bit weird at this point in the game because technically we don't know that Belladonna exists or Buttercup exists yet, but she's upset that Ace stole Knishmas present, so she said she's gonna pound him when I leave. So pray for Ace, or don't. Honestly, he's kind of a criminal, but we can walk down here to Grim. I know we haven't actually visited any of these downtown locations yet, which is pretty cool. This would be a little bit of a sneak peek to see what we're getting into for the next run of the playthrough. But let's talk to Grim here and see what we can what we got. You found Grim's present. Thanks. I hope he likes the Rangoons. If not, I'm sure Monk could use a couple more. He's old too. What is this? Prune Rangoons from Marzipan and from some kid named Chowder? Never heard of the guy. I appreciate the gesture though, but these things go right through me. That's a poop joke. Gotta have a poop joke. But yeah, so we got 4 of our presents done. I'll cut back to the gazebo and we'll see what we have to do for part 5. Alright, and we are now back. The game crashed a little bit, so I'm back in the gazebo, and I noticed something else that I didn't actually mention earlier. Pokey Oaks North and South are actually called Merry Oaks North and South, similar to how they were Spooky Oaks North and South in the Halloween update, just like a quick little thing. So let's see what part 5 of the mission line has to offer. Hey buddy, I heard that another batch of prisoners got taken out to the wilds. I need you to go out to the backwoods and get those back. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is go to Acorn Flats, another place we haven't visited yet. So I will cut, and I will be there. We'll be right back when we get there. Alright, we are back in Acorn Flats. This one took a while because I actually didn't know where he was. I went up that, I think that tree I'm shooting at right now. I went up that tree, which takes a while, and I realized that that's not the tree. It is this tree, kind of towards, I'll pull up the map, kind of in like the bottom-ish, like right kind of where you're walking from lake to lake. That's where it is. So, not the other tree in the middle, the big tree in the middle. That's not it. This one is. Seriously, I threw you off last time by not stealing a present, but you're still up on my case. Fine, take this humongous sorbet and get lost. My gross vine hand figure tentacle things are getting numb from holding it for so long. Hooray! You found the humongous sorbet. Hey, that rhymes. You should hand that off to Gwen. She's just over the hill. Make sure you remind her it's from me. So we also haven't seen Gwen, and she's like a bit of a trek, so I'm going to cut the video to when we get to Gwen. Alright, so we're here in the Pimpleback Mountains. We can give the humongous sorbet to Gwen.
What's happening? Need a mission?
Thanks for bringing Gwen the humongous sorbet. I hope she really likes it. What is this? Sorbet that looks like humongosaur? Who is Chowder exactly? Of course, I appreciate the gift. I'm just a little confused as to what's going on. Thanks, though. Alright, and now we gotta go back to Chowder, so I will, I'll cut back, and I'll see you guys in, Pokey Oaks. Alright, we're back in, the gazebo park. And let's see what Chowder has to tell us for part 6. There's another reported missing present. I heard this one is deep in the jungle, so make sure you're prepared. So, if I see Schnitzel, he's right over there. He's across the bend. Alright, so we have to go to the ruins for this one. That's even farther deep in the jungle. So again, I'm going to cut this one, and I'll see you guys when I'm in the ruins. Alright, I got like clipped by a couple enemies on the way here. I tried to run away because I didn't think I could fight them. Don't come close to me, you necromancer. So he is over in the very corner of the ruins. You can see the dog over here. So that's like your clue that he's close by. You can see him like legit in the corner of the ruins up here. He's over by this X sign. Really? What's the point in stealing presents when you're just gonna show up and take them back? Can't you see the sign? Here, now get lost. Get it? The sign gives us an X. So we have to go give this to Juniper Lee in Nowhere, which is a pretty big trek, especially we're probably going to die a couple of times on the way, so I'm just going to cut it, and I'll see you guys when I make it to nowhere. Alright, this will be a place we don't get to for a while in the playlist, going to be honest, or in the playthrough, but we made it to nowhere. I haven't used any of the monkeys, by the way, just because I wanted to keep the playlist kind of, like, relatively, like, fair, so we don't cheat and go to places we're not supposed to early. But here's June. Let's give her a present. Thanks for finding Juniper Lee's present. Rock candy rolls are really good for you. They're full of vitamins and minerals. Literally. A present? It's not Edipan already, is it? What's the occasion? I've never heard of this Chowder monster before, but let me know if he gets you in any trouble. I'm happy to kick monster butt any day. Thanks for the gift. Alright, now we gotta go back to the thing. June mentions, since I've watched Juniper Lee, I made a little sneaky reference in the text. Edipan, I don't know if you guys have watched Juniper Lee yourself. There's an episode of Juniper Lee called, I think Magic Takes a Holiday, where all the monsters go on Edipan, which is basically like a Christmas-esque holiday where all the monsters vow to not cause any trouble. They all take a vacation day from being monsters, basically, except for one monster who decides to sneakily use Edipan to do some nefarious schemes. But it's a pretty good episode, pretty good show in general. All right, I'm gonna come back to Pokeox. I'll see you guys when I get there. All right, we made it back to the cul-de-sac, or not the cul-de-sac. We're at the gazebo, not the cul-de-sac. We've been to the suburbs. We've been to the downtown area. We've been to the wilds. There's only one place left to go. We're in the home stretch. Tell us what we got for part 7, Chowder. Hey, I got some good news and some bad news. The last of the missing presents has been found, but it's all the way in the Darklands. I wouldn't recommend going there unless you're a really skilled video game player. You think you're up to it? Well, Chowder, I happen to be what we call an epic gamer, so I'm going to accept your challenge and make it to the Darklands in one piece, hopefully. So we gotta go to Hunter's Crest, which is like deep into the Darklands, which is gonna take probably a good amount of time to walk just on its own, just because it's so fast. So I know you guys don't want to watch that. I'm gonna cut to when I get to Hunter's Crest, and I'll show you guys where the present's at. Right, we have made it. It took a while. I managed to not die, which is good. But we made it to Hunter's Crest, all the way in the deep Darklands. This is gonna be one of the last areas we go to on the playthrough. So it's this episode is giving you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's to come. He's pretty close to the entrance, which is why I started this right at the entrance. You can see him right here. He's across the fence. So, let's see what he has to say. It's no fair! I never got a Knishmas present of my own, and now you've stolen back all the presents I rightfully stole as part of my petty revenge scheme. I guess I'll just be here, alone, on Knishmas, by myself, with no presents. Aww. You got Aku's present, but I don't see Aku around here. Maybe you could go give it to his friend Demongo. So we have Aku's present, also the Puckerberry's dialogue. Make sure you read that, because it gives you a good clue as to what to do for the last part. Where he says he's sad and alone on Knishmas. And, so far, every person we've given a present to has absolutely no idea who Chowder is. And also doesn't know who Knishmas is. So let's see if that follows suit with Demongo. That should be the last gift. Now, unless Demongo has any unnecessary complications regarding that gift for plot purposes, I'd say you're done. Maybe check with Demongo one more time. Chowder? Oh yes, we've been expecting a gift from him. He always responds to our Knishmas cards in a timely fashion. Mungdal does our catering, you know. Oh, I just think that's really funny. Now, no one knows who Chowder and Mungdal are, except for Demongo and Aku, like the Lords of Darkness or whatever. But the last mission, so we don't have to run all the way back to the gazebo park. The last mission is actually given to us by Demongo, where he says, "Listen, I looked into it, and in order to maintain a plausible deniability on the return of my master, I can't accept this gift. I'm sure Chowder would understand. You should use this moment to give this gift to someone in need. No one deserves to spend Knishmas alone." Wink, wink. So, it says to give the gift to someone in need. There's no marker, but the Puckerberry has a question mark over his head, so you know you gotta give it to him. You can't actually go back and give it to any of... Even though they're the same person, you can't go back to like other parts of the map and give it to the same guy. It has to be this one. Go away! I already told you I'm done stealing. Wait. Is that present for me? Even after all I've done, you think I deserve a present this holiday? Why, my heart feels like it's growing an indeterminate number of sizes. Send Chowder my deepest apologies. Hey, you need to get back to the gazebo. It's a Knishmas emergency. So we made Knishmas right. We gave the Puckerberry a gift. His heart grew an indeterminate number of sizes, which if you've seen The Grinch is big Grinch reference. So we have to go back to Knishmas, or back to Knishmas. It's already Christmas. We have to go back to Chowder in the gazebo park. I'm going to cut back there again because you don't want to see me walk all the way back. So I will see you guys when I get back there. Alright, so we've returned to the gazebo. Chowder says this is a Knishmas emergency, so let's see what it is. Thanks for helping me save Knishmas, but we got a problem. Fuse is trying to destroy the spirit of Knishmas itself. Hey, that Puckerberry weirdo sent you this. It looks pretty gross. And you get a Puckerberry hood, which is pretty funny. Thanks for all your help finding my missing presents, but now we got a fusion to fry. Good luck, friend. So if you're wondering why Schnitzel had a warp command on him, the Schmingerbread Scrooge mission says, we got an emergency. Schnitzel says he saw a gross, creepy fusion take Knish Kringle into his lair. Fuse must be trying to use the spirit of Knishmas against us. You gotta do something. Talk with Schnitzel. I'll show you where that meanie's hiding. Schnitzel did all the heavy lifting when we make this Schmingerbread gazebo. I'm not sure where he put the old one. Well, I'm sure he wasn't a fan of the old one because he got stuck in the side of it, if you guys remember. But if we talk to Schnitzel, we can warp into Fusion Chowder's lair. It's a very basic lair. There's no monsters in it other than Fusion Chowder. But here's Schnitzel. We can warp out if we want to. But there's Fusion Chowder over here. I was the one pulling the strings all along? Of course, no one would have suspected. Not even me. Quickly, defeat me before it's too late. Oh, wait a second. That's Fusion Chowder. He's a lot like Endive, except he smells better. And then Schnitzel goes, rada, 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 rada. But let's take out Fusion Chowder. I think he's only level 12, so we should be fine. Oh, he's level 18. Oh, this might be a tough fight. We probably should have gotten a better fusion, or a better nano comp. Let's see if we can do this. I think we'll be fine. I don't think we're going to be fine. Yeah, we're not going to be fine. I'm running. Ah! Fusion Chowder, no! Okay. Let's go get better nanos. So that wasn't a good idea. We don't have good nanos for that situation. So let's get our full party of like OP nanos out, and we will now we'll be able to fight him pretty easily. We'll be able to take him down. Let's try this one more time. So there he is. So Chowder does his little spiel again. And now we have a heal nano and a leech nano, so we should be perfectly fine when it comes to fighting Chowder. And we can drain him. Drain does a lot of damage to Chowder. I would definitely recommend using Drain if you have it. And there we go. Easy win. Yeah, you did it! And it looks like Knish Kringle didn't suffer too many horrible injuries. With the spirit of Knishmas, he'll be better in no time. So now we just gotta run back to, talk to Schnitzel, and I'll take you back to the gazebo. So we gotta talk to Schnitzel to warp out. And we should be done with the mission line. We'll talk to Chowder, and we can open our presents after this, because we get 4. Be sure to get lots of Christmas presents from monsters while they're being given out. If he's giving gifts, maybe that Fuse guy isn't too bad after all. Wow, thanks for that. Thanks a bunch for stopping that mean Fusion Chowder. I'll take a bunch of these ingredients you brought me, throw them into the broiler back at Monk's, and in a few hours, Knish Kringle will be good as new. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's some presents for you. Happy Knishmas. So this is the Knishmas update. That was all the missions in the thing. We do have a bunch of presents to open. I also have another golden egg. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in our presents. We got the snowman head. Of course, we'll put that on for the holidays. This is a regular crit. I think I got from, like, yeah, one of the things. We got the Fusion Chowder hat, which is pretty sick. From I think that was from Fusion Chowder, specifically. So that's pretty cool. We got the Santa's Helper hat. We got the Bigfoot torso. We got the Snow Globe head. I personally love the Snow Globe head just because it looks ridiculous. We got another Snow Globe head. We got a regular Chowder hat, which we have another one of. We got the Santa hat. Ooh, big fan of the Santa hat as well. We got the Knishmas bag, which is similar to the one we have on our back right now, but it's the holo back. So the holo suit is going to change eventually. Now we have a permanent thing on our back that looks like the Knishmas bag. Another Snow Globe hat, and another Snow Globe hat. So we got 4 of these Snow Globe hats. But I'd say those are a pretty good haul. There are some other cool things you can get too. I believe there's like some bubble heads or something also you can get. But that's going to be the Knishmas update. So thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the Knishmas update. I know it's been a bit since I uploaded a video. I explained why in my 2019 Hello 2019 video if you want to watch that. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Make sure to like and subscribe the video. And yeah, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next part of the FusionFall Retro playthrough. Peace out.